Charlie is on the porch right now. We're going away now and we'll be back in a few days.
Why are you leaving your child alone for a few days? Who does that? You're just going to leave Charlie here at my house? Don't worry, I can look after her, but it's still a bit strange. It's freezing out there now. It's the middle of winter. It's nearly -10 out there right now, and you've just left your child on the porch? What were you thinking? Is this really a good idea? I'm totally shocked by the whole thing.
That's why I'm contacting you. I wanted to let you know. Now, you can look after her for me. I'm so grateful to you. After you finish work, you can come and find her and look after her while we are away. You can have a really nice time with Charlie. I know you'll have a lot of fun together. She really loves to be around you.
But it's still going to take me 1 hour to get back home. I may be about to finish work, but there's still a long time before I get back to my house. Do you really think it's a good idea to leave a child outside in the cold for that long? I really don't think so. What were you thinking? It's really crazy to me.
Children are tough. They can take this level of cold. Nothing bad will come of it. There's really no need to worry about a thing.
I still don't think it's a good idea to leave a child like that. You know what kind of bad things can happen in this world. Who in their right mind would leave their own child alone like that? I think you should go back there and get her at once. Don't just leave her like that.
You don't even have your own children. I really don't think you're in a position to tell me what to do. I know what's best, so please don't argue. Please remember that Charlie is my child, and I know what's best for her. If I think she's fine, then it's fine. Charlie is okay with it too. There's really no need for all this moaning.
I am not moaning. I'm just telling you about the dangers that Charlie might face. I'm just being nice. I'm not at home right now, so I can't look after her. Also, we moved house yesterday, so you might have left her at the wrong house.
What? You moved? Then why didn't you tell me? Why did you wait until now to let me know? You moved and you didn't even tell me? What's the big idea?
I just didn't get time to tell you. You've not exactly been nice to me in the past. You only talk to me when you want to borrow money or eat some of my food. I'm not in a great position right now either. My finances aren't that good, so I've had to move home. I really think you need to go and get Charlie before something bad happens.
I can't do that. I am going away with my boyfriend and I don't have time. We're at the airport right now.
The airport is only 1 hour away from my house. Why not just go back there and get her?
If you had told me you moved earlier, then I could have done that. But it's too late now. I really don't have the time. You'll have to do it. It might be cold outside, but I know Charlie can take it. She'll be okay. She's strong. If she just waits there on the porch for a while, then no harm will come to her. You just get there as quick as you can.
Are you really a mom? Do you even care about your own child? I can't believe that you would just leave her there like that. It's crazy. What are you thinking? What does your boyfriend think about this? You're just going to dump your child and go away on vacation?
I think you're just jealous that you're not going on vacation yourself. Please, make yourself useful and look after Charlie for a while. I know you can. You can go on vacation yourself sometime.
Does Charlie's dad know what you're doing? Are you going on vacation with her dad or someone else? And who exactly is your boyfriend? Are you having an affair?
I think you should stop being so nosy. I am going on vacation with my boyfriend, and that's all you need to know. Stop asking so many questions. Please stop asking and don't talk about what's going on. You just keep quiet. We should keep this to us girls. It's only natural that girls have secrets that they don't tell anyone else. After you've been married for a long time, you can start to get bored. The passion dies, and then you want something new and exciting again. It's only natural, and it can't be helped. If we get divorced, then it's going to be bad for the child, so we can't do that. Sometimes these things happen, and you just have to accept it. Some people cheat in order to save the family.
I don't want to hear about it anymore. Please don't tell me. It sounds really disgusting to me, so please just stop. I just hope that you're thinking about Charlie and what's best for her. That would mean not leaving her out in the cold like this.
I'm going away for a while now, and I just want you to look after her. I know you can do that. You're there for me when I really need you, and I'm really happy about that.
How are you? Are you free right now? Time to talk?
Hey, what is it?
Charlie isn't feeling too good. She's got a really high temperature and she feels dizzy. I've taken her to the hospital for a checkup. I'm really hoping it's nothing, but I had to make sure. She's really not feeling that good and it's hard for the both of us. I thought I should let you know about this so you know what's going on.
How did this happen? She was fine this morning when we spoke on the phone. Now she's sick? How did things change so quickly?
She was outside for about 1 hour and she might have caught a cold. She must have been really cold out there. I took a taxi to get her as quick as I could, but it seems that I wasn't quick enough. When I got to her, she was really cold and she was crying. I don't know why she had to be left out there like that for so long. It really wasn't a good idea. Sorry that I didn't contact you sooner. I thought it would be best to see to Charlie first and then tell you about it. Can you come over here now and be with her?
I can't, I'm afraid. I'm away on a business trip and I can't come back. I'm really sorry about it, but you'll have to deal with it yourself. Why was she left outside in the first place? Who did that? Maybe I should phone Shelley and see what's going on.
I don't think there's any point in doing that. I don't think she'll pick up the phone. I think she's already on the plane now, so she won't be able to take your calls. You'll have to contact her at another time.
Sorry, she's on a plane? What are you talking about? Has she gone somewhere? Who is she with? She didn't even tell me about this. Is she with another man?
I don't know how to tell you this.
I noticed that she was not being so nice to me as of late. She seemed to have lost interest in me. I tried a few things to make her happy, but nothing seemed to be working. I didn't think that she'd go this far. I didn't think that she'd do this. I was suspicious that she had found another man, but I was hoping it wasn't true. I don't want to get divorced because of what it'll do to Charlie. But I also don't know what I'll do if I find out that she's been cheating on me. So, you're saying that she left Charlie outside in the cold while she went off on holiday with another man? This really is an unforgivable thing to do. What on earth has gotten into her? I can't forgive her for doing this. A line has been crossed.
I'm really sorry about it all. I really didn't know what to say to you. I don't fully understand the situation myself, but it seems you've worked out what's going on. I didn't want to get involved, but when Charlie got sick, I knew I had to tell you.
Thank you for letting me know. I needed to know this. You've helped a lot. I think I'll have to come back now as soon as I can.
If you want to come back, then please do, but don't worry about Charlie. I'm looking after her.
I'll come back. I don't want this to be a burden on you. You don't deserve this stress. I need to be there to look after Charlie.
I'm at the airport now. How are you? I can come and get Charlie in 1 hour. Please send me your address so I know where to go. I'll be there as quick as I can.
There's no need to do that. Charlie isn't here with me right now. She's already left.
What do you mean? What happened? You were supposed to be looking after her. What did you do with her? Did you just abandon her? How could you do that? Tell me now. What happened? What's going on? Where is Charlie right now? My husband went on a business trip. He wasn't there to look after her, so what did you do with her?
I don't know why you're so worried. You left Charlie outside in the cold for a long time. You don't seem to care yourself.
If something bad happened to Charlie, then I would be deeply hurt. I care about Charlie more than anything. Do I need to call the police? Is it that serious? What happened? Was she kidnapped or something?
Nothing bad has happened to her. You don't need to get so stressed about it. It certainly won't need the police.
Really? You mean that? So, what's the problem? You had me really worried for a moment then. I wish you wouldn't do that kind of thing. So, you were just playing around with me? Is that right? Tell me where she is and I'll go and get her.
She's currently in a restaurant with Maddie. Do you want me to give you the address? I'm sure they'll be really happy if you go there and find them.
Why is she there? Why is she with him? I thought he wasn't coming back until tomorrow. What happened? Did he come back early? What is going on here? Please don't leave me in the dark. I hope you haven't said anything to Maddie. I don't want him to find out about what I've done. That would be really terrible for everyone involved.
You forgot about your daughter and just went off with that other man. It's Charlie's birthday. Did you forget about that? You just left her at my house in the freezing cold and went on vacation. Now you're pretending that you really care about her? I find it hard to believe. It was so cold out there that Charlie got sick and I had to take her to the hospital.
Are you trying to tell me that you've told Maddie about everything? Is that what you're trying to say? I want you to tell me right now that you haven't told him. Please tell me you didn't.
Is that really important right now? I think you're being really selfish. You only seem to care about yourself. You don't care about anyone else. I think you should be more worried about Charlie's condition, but you only care about getting exposed. I think you need to change your priorities.
I know she's fine because she's in a restaurant. There's obviously nothing wrong with her. What are you doing here? Are you trying to end my marriage? You want it to end in divorce? Is that what you're trying to do? I won't be able to forgive you for this. If you betrayed me, then I'm really not going to be happy. Tell me where you are right now. I need to come and see you.
Why would we want you here? You left us and went off with that man. Why would we want you to join us now? You were supposed to be looking after your child, but instead you went away with another man? Do you think I didn't know? Do you think that I wasn't going to find out? I am not that stupid. I have suspected things for a long time now. I just didn't think that you would abandon your child for some guy. I don't care if you don't love me anymore, but you need to do better with Charlie.
It was your fault. You changed after we got married. You were always going out with your friends, and I was just on my own. I was bored and wanted to feel alive again. You just tried to keep me locked up at home, and I didn't want that. Why can't I go away with my close friends? I left Charlie outside Susan's house, and then she looked after her when I was away.
I know exactly what you did, and there is no excuse. You don't need to try and explain things. I know what happened, and it can't be forgiven. I think we need to get a divorce as soon as possible. There is no way we can go on together. You have completely failed in your duty as a mother. There is no coming back from this. I thought about it, and I know what I want. I want you to be out of my life forever. I want you gone. You forgot about your own daughter's birthday and went off and cheated with another man. How could you treat us like this? We have to end. We can't be together anymore. I'll look after Charlie. I know that you will not be a fit mom. I don't want her living with you. I worry what might happen to her.
What makes you think that you'll get the rights to look after Charlie? I am her mom. I should come first. I looked after her ever since she was a baby, and I want to continue looking after her. You can't take her away from me.
I think I can. What kind of a mom leaves her child out in the cold when she wants to have an affair? What if you left her out there and then forgot? Or what if someone couldn't come and get her? What would have happened to her out there in the cold?
Oh, don't try and make it sound like I've done something really bad. She can manage being out there in the cold for a short while. It's not going to do her any harm.
I don't think we can trust you after all that you've done. I can't forgive you either. There is no chance of that.
Why are you being like this? You left me and went off on a business trip. I was all on my own. What was I supposed to do? Do you know what it's like for me all on my own? And this isn't the first time that you've done it. It caused me so much distress being all alone. Did you ever stop to think about me and what I would want? Or did you just think about yourself and your job?
I was doing my best for my family. I had to try and do well at my work so I could earn money for you and Charlie. Now you're acting like a victim even though it's you who betrayed me. I will continue to work hard, but it will only be for Charlie and not for you. I'm not doing anything for you ever again. You don't deserve my help. I'll do my best to make sure that Charlie is happy. This might be a shock to you. You don't seem to care about your own child. I'm not like you. I put my children first. I've done everything I can to try and make you happy, but it seems that it wasn't enough. This is the end for us. There is no going back to what we once had. I can't be with a woman who mistreats my child and cheats on me. I'll start with the divorce proceedings as soon as I can.
You'll regret it if you do that. I know you don't really want a divorce. I won't agree to divorcing you anyway. Why would I do that? I enjoy being a housewife. You go to work and then pay the money to me. It suits my lifestyle. I think you will have to forgive me for what I did. Now it's out in the open, we can talk about it and maybe work something out. I think we can get over this and come out stronger. Please think about Charlie and what's good for her. You know divorce is not the answer.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. I think it's time to end this conversation. You just go your own way in life and don't talk to me again.
Please, just give me another chance. Please.
Shelley and Maddie got a divorce. They couldn't resolve their differences. Maddie was given the rights to look after Charlie. Shelley was told to pay child support to him, but she didn't even have a job. She has no choice but to get a job, so she found some low-paying jobs to help her get through. She's never faced this in her life, and it was a real shock to her. She is really paying a big price for what she did, and she regrets it a lot. If only Maddie had forgiven her, then she wouldn't have to do this. Maddie won't even talk to her. He has blocked her and removed her from his life. Maddie is having a nice life now without her, and that's what he deserves. Shelley, on the other hand, is not having such a great time, and she only has herself to blame for that. If she hadn't cheated on her husband, then this would never have happened to her. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Did you throw my son out of the house? What made you think you could do that? What makes you think you could treat my son like that? This has really made me very unhappy. What's gone wrong? Are you really having trouble right now?
I didn't want to be distracted by the noise anymore. I need to concentrate, but I can't, so I kicked him out. It's much better with him out of the house. Now I can have some peace and quiet. I'm really happy I did it, and I don't regret a thing.
Can't you just learn to get along with people? You can't just throw someone out of your house because they make a bit of noise. You have to learn to cooperate with each other. It's about give and take. Did you think you're better than my son because you earn more money? Do you think you have the right to boss him around and throw him out just because of that? I think you need to get back down to earth.
He needs to earn more money. He can't just go through life living off me and his family. I know that he keeps asking you for money. Why don't you tell him to get a proper job? He needs to grow up and find his own way in life. He's like a big child that never becomes a man. Any job will do. He just needs to find something to get him out of the house and into work. Even if it's a low-paid job, he still needs to do something more productive with his life. All he does right now is ask me or you for money. It's really sad to see, and I think he needs some encouragement.
Are you trying to blame me for this? Are you trying to make me feel bad? You're just trying to make a bad situation even worse. I know that he needs to find a good job, but these things take time and you have to help him. He's really upset right now because he hasn't found the kind of job he wants, but there's no need for you to do this. It will take time, but I know he'll get there in the end. If I was your mom, then I'd be even more unhappy about your behavior. You need to be more supportive of those around you.
At least my mom works. She has to work hard in the care home looking after old folks.
I'm very happy that she has a job. My son just needs more time. He needs to find something that suits him, something that he wants to do as a career. There's no point starting a job that you hate only to leave it a few years later. Looking after the old folks might be a nice thing to do, but it isn't really a great job. I want my son to get a job that earns a lot of money.
I think you should be more respectful to people who work in care homes. My mom might not make a lot of money, but she helps people who are in need. She's a valuable person in society and does a lot of good work. I think you should say sorry for what you just said.
Please don't tell me what to think or say. No, I am not saying sorry. I meant what I said. The first thing you need to do is say sorry to your husband. You should go and see him at once. He's really upset about the way you've been treating him, and you need to say sorry for what you did. If you don't do what I say, then I worry that you might be heading for a divorce. You wouldn't want that, would you? You wouldn't want to throw away your marriage just because you decided to be unreasonable?
I think you shouldn't be taking his side in this. You need to accept that he needs to improve as a person. It's not my fault that I kicked him out. I just needed a break.
What if he goes out and meets another woman? How would you feel about that? You'd only have yourself to blame because you kicked him out and gave him no other option. I hope you realize how popular my son is with women. He could very easily find another girl and replace you. He might love you, but it won't last forever if you go on like this. I might even help him find another girl. I might introduce him to a more suitable girl than you. I want a girl that supports him through thick and thin, not a girl that kicks him out when things get a little tough. You should really be more resilient. You're his wife, and you should do everything to make him feel happy. You're clearly not fulfilling your duties, and it's to be expected that he might go elsewhere.
Are you even living in the modern world? A woman's job is not to serve a man, and I don't have to support him if he's being unreasonable. He doesn't do enough work, and now you're saying that he might cheat on me? Why should I accept such an arrangement?
I don't think he has to stick with you when you're being so unreasonable. I am not threatening you, I'm just telling you what will happen if you don't change. Divorce is very common these days. He doesn't have to stick with you if you don't treat him well. I think a lot of men don't like the idea of staying with one woman all their life, and you're only making it worse for yourself. You should really try your best to keep hold of him. I don't think my son is different. He has his limits.
I think you're really overly entitled and too protective of your son. You just can't see any wrong in him, can you?
I'm just being honest with you. My son could easily get a nicer girl than you. I'd be happy about that as well.
How would you feel if your husband was acting like this? How would you feel if he didn't have a real job? Would you accept it? Would you be happy if he found another woman?
Stop answering back. I am different to you, and the situation is different too. My husband would never cheat on me because I'm an excellent wife. He couldn't get a better woman than me, and he knows it. I can understand why my son can't put up with you. You really are a pain.
I haven't done anything wrong. I am not lacking in any way. I'm a good wife and person, but I do have limits. I am not going to allow your son to walk all over me like this. He needs to improve himself and do more with his life. If your son wants to leave me, then I can get by on my own. I don't need him. He would suffer more than me. I don't think you should be unconditionally defending him. You should be helping me try to change him.
So what you're trying to say is that if he went off with another girl, then you wouldn't even care? Seems to me that you're trying to make this marriage collapse. You just don't seem to care. I suppose it must have been obvious to him that you don't care. Maybe that's why he doesn't put so much effort in. I think he needs a woman that truly loves him, someone to motivate him in life. I bet you've been nagging him a lot. You know men hate women who nag all the time. If he does something minor that upsets you, then you should just let it pass. You don't have to complain about everything. You should talk to people in a more respectful manner.
I am not going to bow down to him when he's not doing what he should. No wonder he turned out to be the way he is. His mother clearly doesn't raise him right. Do you seriously think I'm going to accept all his flaws? There are just too many, and he needs to change. I don't know if there is anything I can do about him now. He's set in his ways, and so are you. You should have taught him to work hard when he was a child, and then he wouldn't be in the situation. I don't know if we can be saved if this is what he's had all his life.
I think you need to correct your way of thinking. I didn't do anything wrong when I raised him. He's a nice guy, good-looking, intelligent, and as soon as he gets the job he wants, he's going to do very well. He just needs more support from his loved ones to help him get there. If you aren't going to be the girl to support him, then don't be surprised when he finds someone else. You don't have your own children, so you wouldn't understand what it takes to raise a good boy. Maybe in the future you'll learn. I never thought there would be a type of woman who throws her own husband out of the house. It's just too crazy for me to imagine. I would never do that to my husband or my son. I'm a good wife, and so they always have my support. I wish you'd do the same, and then we wouldn't be in such a bad situation. Please, change your thinking before it's all too late and this whole thing ends in tears.
I never thought there would be a mother who would be happy for her son to cheat on his wife. What kind of a woman are you? Whatever happened to women looking out for each other?
You really have a cold heart, don't you? You just don't care about your own husband. Your mother should have taught you to be nicer to your family. It seems you only want to think about yourself and your own needs, and this is going to be your downfall. You'll never be happy in life if you don't think about others. You'll end up alone with no husband and no friends.
I am not going to accept my old behavior from a man who just doesn't care about his life. He needs to stop daydreaming, and you really aren't making things any better. If you had taught him this when he was a child, then he would be having a better life right now. Sadly, he's just clinging on to this idea that he's going to get a great job in a great company, and he isn't. The sooner he wakes up to this, the better. Then we can all move on and enjoy life. You should have taught him the value of hard work when he was young. then he wouldn't be like this as an adult. I don't think there's any chance that I can save him now. He's an adult. His thinking is set in stone.
Stop being so rude to me and my son. I taught him how to be a good boy. He has a good education that's largely thanks to me. He's turned out to be a fine young man, and you are being cruel to him.
I have never seen this excellent upbringing that you talk about. All he does is eat food and lay around playing computer games all day. He keeps saying he's going to get a job, but then nothing happens. I even caught him taking money from my purse once without even asking me. He wanted to go and buy some beer from the store, so he just took it. He usually has the decency to ask me when he wants money, but this time he didn't. How do you think that makes me feel? I feel like he stole from me.
I don't believe you. He wouldn't do a thing like that. I don't even think he drinks alcohol. There must have been some kind of misunderstanding. My son is too good to do something like that.
If you're not going to believe me, then what can we do? You only want to see your side of things and you don't even listen to me. I think you should pay me back for the money he took from me. You're his mom, so it's partly your fault.
What an outrageous thing for you to ask. Why should I give you any money? I don't owe you a thing. You're accusing my son of stealing, and now you want me to give you money? I think you're the thief, not him. Could you get any worse? You certainly seem to be trying. I thought you were bad, but I didn't realize you were this bad. I didn't know you'd go this low.
I even recorded it on the home CCTV. You can watch it if you don't believe me. I saw him go into my purse and take some money. I confronted him, and that's when he told me he wanted to buy some beer. I am not lying.
What? You have a CCTV system in your house? Are you spying on people now? That's really creepy. Just what I'd expect from you.
It's not a secret camera. We both had it installed. We did it just in case a burglar came to our house. However, it turned out that he was the one doing the stealing, and he was stealing from me. At first, he tried to say it was both of our money, but eventually he admitted he shouldn't have done it. I was so shocked when it happened, I didn't realize that he would be that stupid. I thought he was too good for that, but he wasn't. I thought about going to the police, but I didn't want to cause that much trouble. I figured that it would be better if we sorted it out on our own.
What kind of wife even thinks about going to the police because her husband took some money from her purse? I think he's right. You should share money with each other. It's not stealing if it's your wife. My husband buys me things all the time, and I don't need to ask him when I want to use a credit card. This is normal behavior in a relationship, but I don't think you understand normal behavior.
I'm getting really bored of talking about this with you. I think I've made up my mind, and I think I want a divorce. I don't want to be in this terrible marriage anymore, and I don't want you as my mother-in-law either. The sooner this all ends, the better. I don't think you'll have a problem with this. I know you don't even like me. If only you'd give me that money back before I went, it might make the breakup a little bit cleaner.
I am not going to give you any money, so stop talking about it.
Is that because you don't have any money to give me? I wouldn't be surprised. Your son certainly doesn't have any.
I have plenty of money, thank you. But it's for me and my son only. I'm not going to give any to you.
Completely shameless people. I am sick of you.
I don't care what you say. It's not going to change the situation. You're really going over the top, and I'm not going to play along with your games. I think you're being really petty over all this. If you're going to leave, then just go and don't come back. I have given my son money, so I don't see why he'd need to get any from you. My son has committed no crimes and done nothing wrong. I'm sure about that. I think you just want to try and get some money from me. If I had known you were this type of girl, then I would never have agreed to my son marrying you in the first place. I won't be falling for this. You'll get nothing from me.
I don't think you're in a position to criticize me. Your son has so many flaws, and you clearly do too. I know you've been buying him a lot of stuff from the mall. He doesn't deserve that stuff. You should have taught him to earn it for himself, not rely on others to buy it for him. No wonder he always wants money from me. I don't see why I should let him live off me. You're this old and you still don't know how a man should behave. You're treating him like he's still a child, and that's really no good for his development. No wonder he's in such a mess. It's all your fault. I have told you over and over again what he's done, but you're still in denial.
I don't think there's going to be any getting through to you, is there? You will never see what's wrong with your son, and because of this, he will never grow into a man. If he leaves me, then what do you think will happen with his next girlfriend? She won't stand for this. He acts like a teenager, and that just isn't good enough anymore. I should have just gone straight to the police over the issue. I knew it would be a waste of time talking to you about it. You're very narrow-minded and not willing to open your mind to the truth. Why do you insist on blaming me for everything? It wasn't my fault. Even if he did take the money, why should I pay for it? You need to sort it out with him, not me. I don't owe you anything, and you won't be getting anything from me. It's your son, and so you also bear some responsibility. It's your fault that you didn't raise him to be a grown-up. He still acts like a child and expects others to pay his way in life. When will it end? If you don't step in, then I think it never will. Can't you just go back to work and earn some more money? Can't you just get over it? It can't have been that much if you only went and bought some beer. I wish you'd just forget it. You're such a petty woman to keep going on about this. Do you really have to get divorced over such a trivial issue? I really think you're really overreacting, and you just need to calm down and forgive people. I bear no responsibility for what happened between you two. It's up to you to sort it out. You're his wife, and you need to learn to sort out your differences. I don't see why I should put up with his terrible attitude. He's a complete idiot, and I've had enough of him. He wouldn't change, so I kicked him out. Maybe I won't let him back in. I thought you might see what he did wrong and encourage him to change, but it seems it's no use. Do you think I enjoy this? Do you think I enjoy your moaning and accusations? I wish you'd find a more productive way of dealing with this whole issue. Why should I be held accountable because you can't manage your relationship? I think it's you that needs to grow up, not him. I won't miss you if you go. I think we'll easily be able to find a girl who is nicer than you. You're not going to succeed in hurting us over this. We are strong, and we will get through it. I don't enjoy arguing with you, but I really had no choice. I thought this might help. You were my last resort. I don't have any money to give you, so I don't think there's anything more to talk about. If that's going to be the case, then I'm going to tell the police. I think they really should know about what happened. If you're not going to help, then maybe they will. I told the police and they took my side. They investigated and decided that my husband could be charged. He got a criminal record for taking money from my purse without consent. I know that some people might see this as excessive, but I thought it was fair. I didn't want him to walk all over me and treat me like dirt. He didn't do anything for me, and then he took money from me? It was the final straw. After that, we got a divorce, and now I hear he's gone off with a new girl. I wonder what she's going to do when she finds out what kind of guy he is. I might even tell her myself. I feel I have a duty to warn her about what might happen. Now that I'm free, I feel that my life is so much better. I didn't realize how bad he was for my state of mind. Things had slowly gotten worse and worse, and I didn't even realize it was happening. Thankfully, I realized before it was too late and got rid of him. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey, are you there?
Wow, what a special occasion this is. You don't usually contact me first. Is there something special going on? How have you been? It's been a long time since I last saw you. Are you still living down south? How are things down there? Hotter, I bet. I hope you're doing well.
I thought I'd just say hi to you since we haven't spoken in so long. I know that you're still not married and you're still living at home with Mother. Doesn't it get boring? Don't you want to move out?
Are you suggesting there is something wrong with the life I'm living? It's just not the right time for me to move out yet. I'll probably do that after I get married. In the meantime, I can stay here, save money, and look after Mother at the same time. It's a win-win situation. You haven't spoken to me for 3 years, and then this is how you greet me? You just contact me to start criticizing? Couldn't you say something nice to me?
Well, you are over 30 years old. What did you expect me to say? I was just curious, that's all. It wasn't meant to be criticism. I just wanted to know your plans. There's no need to get in a bad mood. I was only asking. Is it a sensitive topic? Are you worried that you'll never find a husband and you'll be alone all your life? The longer you wait, the harder it'll be, so why not just get on with it now? I've managed to get out and get somewhere in life. Don't be afraid, you can do it too.
How about you just get off my back? Ever since Dad died 2 years ago, I've been feeling so bad about life. It started off just staying here to look after Mother, but now I think I'm happy with this life. I've had some troubles, so leave me be. I haven't seen you for so long, and now you come back into my life and start giving me advice?
It sucks that he died, but what can we do about it? You just have to say goodbye to people and get on with your life as best as you can. You can't spend the rest of your life in pain thinking about that person. There is no way to bring them back, so you'll just have to move on instead. It's what he would have wanted. You don't get a second chance in life, so you need to make the most of it.
You didn't contact me for 3 years. You're in no position to tell me what to do. You just went wandering off and never came back. We were worried about you. Why did you do that? Who knows what kind of a person you are now? You could have changed so much. How can you talk about your dad as if you just don't care? Think of how much he did for you as a child and now you just don't even care?
Stop making me out to be the bad guy. Hurry up and get out of the house. I'm telling you this as your older brother. You need to leave. Now that Father is gone, I am the oldest man in the house. You should respect my opinion.
Things have been going fine for me living here. Why should I leave just because you're telling me to? Mother is happy with me living here, so why do I need to change?
Everyone else your age has moved out and got on with their lives. Why can't you? Is there something wrong with you? No confidence? Maybe you don't like men. You just want to go through life and never grow up? If I were you, I'd be really embarrassed.
Why don't you just let this go? Do you really have to be like this to me? Why have you suddenly started being like this?
I'm getting married myself, so I've started to become more worried about you. I don't want you to be left behind in life. My girlfriend is already pregnant, so we're getting married as soon as possible. How could I not marry a woman that I got pregnant? It's my duty as a man to look after her and the baby. It's gonna be really hard for us. We don't have that much money. The rent is really expensive and the stuff for the baby is only gonna add to our worries. But what else can I do? I just have to get on with it. I haven't even mentioned childcare if we end up paying for that. I thought that maybe we could move back in with Mother. It would really help us a lot. But there is one problem. You're still living there. There wouldn't be enough room, so you need to move out. Although, if you were there, you would be able to look after the baby when we need you to.
I have no problem with you coming back to this house to live in. Why would I? Also, you'll need to discuss this with Mother. Not me. It's her house. Why do I have to leave? I'm sure we could all live here together. There's enough room.
I don't think my wife would want to live in such a way. It would be so crowded, too many people in a small space. It would stress her out. Wouldn't it be better if you got married and then we went to live with them? It would be bad enough for her having to live with her mother-in-law, but sister-in-law too? Oh, it is too much.
I don't think it'll be bad at all. I can maintain a good relationship with your wife. I'm a nice girl and I'm sure we can get along.
I don't think so. It would be really stressful when you move in together. You'll end up arguing all the time and it'll just be unbearable.
How can you be sure when we've never even met each other? You're just presuming that things will go wrong when I don't think they will.
Don't you think it'll be really awful living together under one roof? It'll be too crowded. We need the house to live in and you need to move out. Don't you think that there might be something wrong with you? If you're such a nice girl, then why aren't you married yet? What kind of girl is still single and living at home with her mother at your age? This is something I can't compromise on. You need to leave. The easiest way for this to happen is for you to get married yourself. You can go and live with your new husband and his family and he can pay for you. Oh, you'd really enjoy it.
Yes, but I'm not married yet, not even close. You talk about this as if it could happen sometime soon, and it can't. What would Mom say anyway? She might not want you to move in here, and she might not want me to move out. I think she likes me living at home. I do a lot to help her out.
Is this your excuse to not move out? You think Mother wants you there? I think Mother would be much happier if I moved back in and you moved out. Especially now that we're expecting a baby, that is more important than you.
Has Mother said that? Has she said she wants me out?
I think that she does. I'm coming home and you're moving out. Is there anything more to talk about? I think Mother would be really happy about this. She'd be singing and dancing at the happy news.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I should go. I know Mother preferred you from a young age. Maybe it would be her dream come true for you to come home with a child of your own. She'd be crying tears of joy. I remember as a child, she would always praise you and criticize me no matter what I did. Even if I did well at something, she was never impressed. It was always you she preferred. But there's one thing you have to promise me. Don't contact me again. I don't care what happens in your life, no matter how good or bad. Don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. Don't think that you can throw someone out like this and then expect them to ever come back. I have done so much to help Mother, and this is how you treat me?
You don't have to be angry like this. I am just trying to be practical about the whole thing. We need a place to live and you need to go out into the world. We can still stay in touch with each other. We're gonna come and live in that house in a few days. That's our plan. Don't have such a big tantrum about it. Just before you leave, can you please tidy everything up and make sure that you don't take any of my stuff? What is this? Are you trying to play some kind of game? Why have you left the house like this? And where is Mother? Why isn't she here?
She's gone out to do some shopping. She loves you so much that she's gone out to get some things for when you arrive. She's really putting in a big effort to welcome you back. I have no idea why. I've already left. I won't be coming back.
But where has all of the stuff gone? What have you done with it? Where's the sofa and the TV and all the other things? Have you taken them?
What do you mean? I only took my stuff. I left everything that was yours. That's what you asked for, so that's what I did. I took all the stuff I paid for. What could the problem possibly be?
If it's in this house, then it belongs to Mother. Isn't that right? You should have left it here.
No, they belonged to me, and Mother wasn't using them. She doesn't watch TV. She doesn't use the microwave. She lived a simple life, so I bought them for myself. Now that I'm leaving, I'll take them with me. I'll be needing them in my new life. You'll have to buy a whole house of new stuff, but why should I care about that? I work really hard and saved a lot of money to buy those things. I had to be really frugal. I had to make sacrifices. If I paid for them, then why wouldn't I take them? When Mother didn't have any money, she never called you. Do you know why? Because I was there to help her out when she needed it.
Why did Mother need money? Oh, what was wrong? I thought that she got an inheritance from Dad when he died. Wasn't that enough? Did you take all the inheritance? Was that the problem?
You think I took it? How dare you say that? You are a disgrace. You're the one who didn't even come to your father's funeral. Why was that? Because you knew you weren't going to get any money from him after he died.
That wasn't the reason. I thought Mother was going to get a lot of money, but I wasn't going to ask for any myself. I knew Dad always worked hard, but I knew he didn't have that much money. He worked steadily for a stable income. He was good to Mother, so I wouldn't dare ask for anything from her. But I thought she'd at least have enough to survive on. Are you saying that Mother has been struggling for cash? Oh, I didn't even know that.
She wasn't starving, but she didn't really have enough to live a happy life. This should have been obvious to you, but maybe it wasn't because you never bothered to contact us. She had to live very frugally to get by. She didn't have enough for any luxuries. That's why I bought so much stuff for the house. She couldn't afford it, so I bought things for the two of us to use. But now I'm being thrown out. It's your job to pay for those things. I'm not going to leave it behind. It's mine, and I'll need it in my new place. If you go looking around the house, you'll see that there's not much stuff there. We had to be really careful with any spending. Life wasn't easy. Whenever I went shopping, I had to buy the cheapest stuff. I had to search around trying to find anything on sale. It was really tough for me and Mother. I think she was sad about it, but she didn't let it show. And where were you during all this time? Nowhere to be seen.
Is this true? You're telling the truth? I really hope you're not exaggerating all of this, because it hurts me to know that Mother was in such a bad situation. How is it possible that you had no money? I'm sure Mother must have got enough when Dad died, and you were working too. It should have been enough to get by.
I helped her a lot, but we still had to struggle. Why do you think I didn't move out? You think I was just at home sponging off my parents? No chance I'd do that. I thought it would be best for me to stay there and look after them until I got married myself. I was so busy with them that I didn't get time to go out and socialize. It's probably why I'm not married. I didn't get to meet anyone. I did it because it's what a child should do for their parents. Dad was sick for years before he died, and I looked after him then. He had high blood pressure and diabetes, and he had to go to hospital a lot. Who do you think paid for the hospital bills? It was me. His insurance didn't cover everything, so I had to step in and help on regular occasions. I often phoned you to see if you could help, but you didn't even answer my calls. You didn't do anything to help us.
I'm sorry about that, but I was busy with my own life. I was trying to make something good happen in my life, and then I met this girl. She's pregnant now, so I have to support her and the child.
You should have done more. Don't you remember all the love your parents gave to you as a child? Don't you remember how they supported you? Didn't you remember that when you chose not to talk to us for all that time? What about all the money they gave you when you were growing up? Couldn't you have returned the favor when they really needed it? It was Dad's dying wish that Mother would be looked after, and the burden was left completely to me. It was hard for me, but I did what any good person would do. Meanwhile, you were just out there living your life without a care in the world. You didn't even bother to contact us and make sure we were all right. Now you've come back and thrown me out of the home I lived in for so long. I was there looking after Mother, and now I've been thrown out? It's only fair that now it's your turn to pay for Mother, not mine. I've done enough. And now it's you who has to step up to the challenge. I only hope that you're capable of it. I don't want you contacting me, begging for me to come back.
Why was it so expensive? What were you spending money on?
The food, the bills, the rent, it was expensive.
What rent? I thought the house was ours.
I tried to tell you about this a long time ago, but I couldn't contact you. When Dad was sick, we were really struggling to pay all the bills. We had no option but to sell the house in order to pay for his medical bills. It was a really painful time for us. Mother and Father had worked all their lives to buy that house. Then they had to sell it to pay for medical bills. I tried to contact you, but you were nowhere to be seen. You didn't make any effort to stay in touch with us. So don't be all shocked now you learned what happened. The money we got from selling the house is paying for the rent now. We have to be careful about spending, because what if we run out of money? How would we pay the rent? Do you think you'll be able to manage it? You've already moved back in with your mother because of money problems. How will you pay if something else goes wrong? You're a grown man and you can't even afford to pay for yourself and your child. How are you in any position to look after Mother?
I can look after myself and I can look after Mother. After I move back in, I'll get a better job. I only need to move in with Mother because this pregnancy happened so suddenly. It's just a surprise for us and we were really not ready for it. But in the future, things will be better. But we also need the things that you've taken from the house. Why don't you bring them all back as soon as possible?
No, I'm not going to come back. I've told you several times already, it's my stuff and I'm taking it with me. You came back into our lives and you insisted that I move out. Now you want me to bring all the stuff back because you can't afford any yourself? If I leave the house and you move in, then the duty of caring for Mother passes to you. You have to buy her everything she needs, not me. For the first time in many years, I have freedom and I'm going to take full advantage of that. I don't feel guilty because I've done so much for Mother over the years. It's only right that this burden now falls to you. After all, you're about to become a dad. You should be able to look after yourself. If you can't look after your old mother, how will you be able to look after a baby and a wife? Time to be a real man. Don't contact me again. I don't want anything to do with you. I deleted his contact details and blocked him. There was no way I was going to talk to him again. Why should I? He left us for so many years. Why can't I do the same to him? I moved out and started a new life of freedom, all on my own. Now I get to spend all of my money on myself. I didn't realize this life could be so much fun. I don't have to worry about anything but myself. I feel like a great burden had been lifted from my shoulders. From that day on, I could eat whatever I wanted, sleep whenever I wanted, and go where I wanted to go. I didn't have to spend my life living for others. I could go to the store and buy some nice clothes and jewelry. I could get takeout and sit in front of the TV by myself in the evening. It was the first time in my life I got to experience these basic joys. Let's hope for more and more in the future. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.